I introduce myself. Okay, hi, I'm Ankur Tewari. I'm here at the Rolling Stone office trying to chat with the world. It seems the same thing that I'm always nervous about has happened again. No one showed up for my gig, and I'm going to throw up soon. Preferably not on the computer.
Okay. The first question is from Anish.
What's the name again? Agnesh.
Anish. One performance of yours that you'll never forget.
One performance of me that I'll never forget. Pretty much, I think the first performance with Galat Family, where all of us got different call times, and nobody showed up in time, and I was the only one who was there as an Entu Cutlet first, and the person going before me, I think it was Alisha Bhatt, or I don't know who was. Some girl was going on stage with a guitar, and I told her that none of my band members have showed up, so she should sing a longer set. She said that she only knows 2 songs. So then I asked her to sing those songs slowly, and it all got over, and my band didn't show up, and they announced the band, and I had to go on stage and play. So I tried playing solo songs first, and those also got over, and my band still didn't show up. So I saw Shiraz Bhattacharya in the audience, so I called him on stage to jam with me, and then Anushka Manchanda was there, and pretty much Bobby was there from OML at that time, and pretty much we started jamming, and we did a 40-minute jam. The set time got done, and then the last note got hit, the last thing got sung, and as the drummer hit the cymbal, the band arrived as we were stepping off. So that was my first, most memorable gig. That was the first festival that Shubha Madkar did, that Baja Gaja. So that was around 6 years back, I think 5-6 years back.
Cool. Okay. Jaya asks, what is the name, what is behind your name, Galat Family?
What is behind it?
What's the story behind it?
Oh, well, we did the music for this film, Raat Gayi Baat Gayi, and we were shooting the music video for that, and everybody had their names in front of their vanity van, and we didn't have anything, just the band for us. So we thought we should name our band, and Rohit Bhatia was hanging with us, and he was quite high at that time, and he just said, you should call yourself the Galat Family, and we said, okay, fine, we should just call ourselves the Galat Family. So there's no intense story for it. Everyone laughed, so pretty much we take most of our decisions if everyone's in this, it's in the sense of humor zone with everyone.
Okay. What is in your fridge right now from Rohan?
Some Snickers bars, and this friend of mine was flown in from Delhi and got me some amazing butter chicken. So Anisa Nariman has got me butter chicken and kali dal from Delhi and some Snickers.
How do you feel about that?
I'm hoping that I finish this soon and go back and eat some more.
Okay. What is the best thing about being a musician from Anuj?
Is that you don't need anything else or anyone else. You just quite content being on your own, because your music is there with you throughout. So you don't feel lonely.
What is your take on coffee from Kabir?
My take is amazing. My take is amazing on coffee. I feel it's quite necessary and it's important. It's my poison for sure.
Do you have any coffee stories?
I have a coffee right now. I don't have any coffee stories, sorry. None that I can think of right now.
Okay. What are you worse at than 90% of the population?
Sorry?
What are you worse at than 90% of the population?
Then 90% of technology, for sure. That's why I wanted to come to the office and not be at home.
You still didn't get it quite right.
Sorry, yeah, but probably you are there with me, the 2%. But yeah, and calculus.
Calculus. Do you have a calculus story?
I have a calculus story. Yeah, my father was a professor in the IIT, so calculus has been very important in my life. The teachers that were around me, I remember one teacher telling me that if you understand calculus, you'll understand life. And I've not figured out life as yet.
That makes sense. Okay. Being born in Belgium, how did you learn Hindi from America?
I was there in Belgium because my father was doing his PhD there, and then we moved back. I was like, I think 3.5, 4 when we moved back, and then since then I was in Roorkee, so I knew French and I knew Hindi. I had to learn English.
Okay. Do you consider yourself a morning person or a night owl? Some both.
Morning person, absolutely.
Why?
Because I love mornings, and mornings is one time in Bombay, and it's been more so since I moved to Bombay because that's one time that no one's up and none of my friends are up, so it gives me a lot of time on my own to do things. So I usually try and finish all my, and after that I just have fun in the day.
Let me in.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have any siblings from
Yeah.
your age?
I have a sister, I have a younger sister, she's in Gurgaon. And she's amazing. She's my younger sister, and she's been a partner in crime since my childhood. And
Okay, next question. What is the one job you could never do?
one job I could never do. One job I could never do accountancy. Like I spend time in my accountant's office whenever I'm filing taxes, and I like feel nauseated there because it's quite. I hate numbers and tallying things, and that's one place I never rather visit.
Okay, this I'm just asking. What was your favorite subject in school since you hate calculus so much?
I don't hate calculus. I actually quite like calculus, so I couldn't get it.
Okay.
It's like the really pretty girl that you can't get introduced to.
So yeah, so then what is your favorite?
What's my favorite subject? I loved Hindi. I loved English. Uh, I love physics. Unfortunately, the later part of my life, physics, a lot of calculus got into physics as well. But physics probably was my favorite, and then Hindi and English.
Okay, those are a lot of subjects.
Yeah, physics, and if you're asking for one.
Music doesn't feature in any of them.
Sorry?
Music doesn't feature in any of them.
Why? Music features in every, like Albert Einstein used to play the violin, so music features in everything in life. Music actually, to a lot of people, it's also quite mathematical. And, it's got a science to it, but as the only scientists that enjoy science are the ones who are not seeing it as science, who are seeing it as music. That's what I feel.
What was your favorite family vacation growing up from Samira?
My favorite. Oh yeah, once we went to Kempty Falls in Missouri. All of our cousins and all the family members were there together. It was quite amazing. If you go to Kempty Falls now, you won't be able to imagine how amazing it was at that time. I remember Campacola being chilled in the cold water, and I think that's where I did my first celebrity spotting of Sunil Gavaskar.
What did that feel like?
I realized many years later that I actually had not seen him. I just pretended I saw him because all my cousins saw him. So I'm not really sure if I saw him or not. But for many years I pretended I saw him. And I have this very clear image that I saw him, but I don't think so that's true.
So what is your next celebrity talker? Who's that?
Gayatri Devi in Taj Mansingh in Delhi. I was at the bell desk, and I think she lost a box of shoes, and she created quite a havoc. And the first place where the luggage goes is the bell desk, and I think I was the bottom of the food chain there, so I had to find it, and I found it. I got a $50 tip as well.
Okay, next question is, what is the worst job you've ever had, and is that connected with this story?
What's the worst job that I've had? I've not done many jobs per se, but the job that I was most disinterested in was while I was serving in a restaurant. And also probably when I was singing in a restaurant. That was horrible.
When and where?
That was in Bhopal, at a restaurant called Jungle Brook. I used to sing on the weekends, and it used to be quite painful because nobody was interested in listening to the songs, and there was a lot of noise of cutlery and people talking, and you had to sing over it, and nobody was interested in what you were trying to do. But pretty much that was my training ground for stage, and since then, whenever I'm on stage, I try and after the first 5 minutes, pretty much I cut off from everything, and then it becomes something else.
Can you play us one of the songs from that time you would have played at the restaurant?
It's risky. I can play it in 5-10 minutes. I have to think of the chords.
Maybe take 5 minutes and make it.
Yeah.
You can celebrate it. Check.
Yeah, I can do that. Think of the song there.
What song is this?
It's one of the first songs that I'd written called Mere Jeevan Mein. Just like pretty much used to sing it when we were in school. With a bunch of friends who had written it, and we used to sing this song. But I don't even remember. It was in waltz. I've never written anything in waltz since. मेरे जीवन में तुम आ जाना बन के पहाड़ छा जाना मेरे जीवन में तुम आ जाना बन के पहाड़ छा जाना देखो तुम्हें गलियों में ढूंढ तुम्हें गलियों में देखो तुम्हें गलियों में ढूंढ तुम्हें गलियों में बाहों को लहकाते हुए सुनी बाहों तुम आ जाना मेरे जीवन में तुम आ जाना something like this. I've not played it in years.
Should add that to your set list.
I actually swore to myself I'm never going to play this song.
Why?
Because it's such an old song. I like to sing the newer songs now.
Okay. What was something that recently moved you?
It's actually something that recently moved me. There are a few things. I have to think of things that are not too intimate. Recently, I had a conversation with a friend of mine, and we were talking about various things in life, and we spoke about hunger, and that's something that I've been during the days that I was not doing too well. It reminded me of a lot of things, and it moved me because it took me back to some very crazy memories. So it moved me quite strongly for I think 7 seconds. It was quite intense. The conversation with the friend was quite intense. So no, it was just like we were discussing about
What's the context?
The context was what's happening in this world and politically, and what I was trying to tell my friend was that if anything happens to me, I don't mind dying a bad death anyway, but I don't want to die of starvation. And that's mainly because I've gone through this period when food was very important and I had no food, and I had to really think about how am I going to get my next meal, and that feeling of an empty stomach can tap the devil inside you and wake it up. So it was quite. That's why I would have done crazy things to get my food.
So, Chini, do you want to switch to a more fun question?
Sorry?
Do you want to switch?
You tell me. I'm all yours. There are 3 viewers to this. Is that it? But how do I see them? There are 3 viewers to this. Maybe they're all in the office.
Okay. Pankaj asked, do you believe in aliens?
Do I believe in?
Aliens.
Aliens, yes, definitely I believe in aliens.
And why?
I mean, why won't I?
It is something justification.
I mean, aliens, I believe in aliens because I refuse to believe that we are the only ones in this universe, because it's too pompous and full of ego. to think that we are the only evolved species that's alive. And secondly, like there are references of aliens in our mythology. There's and I have various theories. Like for me, aliens are pretty much could be anything. Could be even humans from the future visiting Earth again. So it could be anything. I believe in aliens for sure. So are more people around here or not?
Yeah, a lot of people are watching it right now.
So how do we get in touch with them? I want to see you guys. There's Neha, and she's trying to see if I can see you guys. Anyway.
One other question while this is happening.
Yeah, sure.
If you had a superpower, what would it be?
If I had a superpower. If I had a superpower, shit, that's such a complicated question.
You can take a minute.
Yeah, I'll take a minute on that. Okay, so we can go to the next question. I'll think about that because it's like I don't want to waste that
Okay. We'll go back.
wish.
Okay. Other than music, what are you passionate about?
I'm passionate about music, but I'm passionate about storytelling. I'm passionate about art because I feel that whether it's art in photography, whether it's paintings, whether it's music, theater, anything, because I feel that that's the only thing that is a constant reminder that keeps on reminding us that we're not robots and we're humans.
What is the luckiest thing that's ever happened to you?
It's the luckiest thing that has ever happened to me. I think I stole my wife's camera once and that's how we hooked up. So probably that's the luckiest thing that's happened to me. These pair of glasses I got from, my wife got them from Kolaba, I think. Where did you get these pair of glasses? I like them. That's Arnesh Bose.
Yeah.
Okay.
Vishal Khare saying, is it mostly family and friends who show up at gigs? Only had 3 shows. My first one was my parents in my school. Yeah, like your family and friends definitely show up, and then eventually you get a bigger fan base, and they also show up, but they only show up if they become part of your family. So your family is not related to you. Shouldn't just be your family that's related to you by blood. Eventually, you're going to expand your family. Okay. Is going to watch. Om is going to watch. Arnesh is going to watch. Amir Rizvi is going to watch. Vishal Khare is going to watch. No.
Okay.
Is looking disheveled an indie musician look? Is there an indie musician look? I don't know. Am I looking disheveled? Am I looking disheveled? How do
Are you
I
asking me?
I'm asking that guy, Arnesh. Where is he? I was lost. I've lost this. Okay.
Question from Rolling Stone. What are you working on next?
I'm working on a movie project and a musical project. Musical project is with Karsh Kale and Gaurav Rana, and movie project is I've written a film that I should be shooting next year.
Details.
Details will come out when I do a press release, but yes, that's what I'm working on right now. Like most of my time goes in my film that's going to happen. Some recordings for the musical project, and I'm also handling some work with MTV. So between these 3 things, I divide my time.
Have you thought about the superpower question yet?
Or should I forgot about that? It's a wish. I've lost that page where everyone was there. Okay. I think time travel would definitely be a superpower that I'd like to have.
And why?
Because then I can make money by going to the future and inventing things now.
Okay, you want to do another song while we watching?
Sure. Where's Neha gone? She's supposed to be here. It's really odd, but I don't even know if somebody's watching. But let's.
Sure.
Okay, let me do something that I wrote yesterday.
Okay.
I'll have to read the lyrics out because I don't. So this is some. This is a new song. I thought I'll write a song about M.F. Hussain, and I started writing these words. So this is what happened yesterday. Maybe it'll become a song eventually. कागज पे बस लकीरें थी कुछ जो खामोश रह के भी बहुत कह गई सियासत में तो चाहा था पर मिटी ना तेरी यादें ये रह गई सोचा तुमको भुलाते हैं चलो ये भी आजमाते हैं पर तेरी यादें भुला पाते नहीं नंगे पाँव गुजरते हैं वहीं रास्ते न चला Obviously song not complete सोचा तुमको भुलाते हैं चलो ये भी आजमाते हैं पर तेरी यादें भुला पाते नहीं It's from yesterday.
Excellent. Okay, so apparently we have a whole bunch of questions lined up.
Okay, are there more people here?
Yep. Where did this question go?
I don't know, something went somewhere.
Is it the bottom?
I minimize the thing and then was Q&A.
Q&A is... Yes.
So this is here.
Yep.
This feature is disabled. How do we know if there are more people? Maybe they can tweet or maybe they can send a Morse code. That's possible?
I don't know how to check those.
Oh wow, there are people here. Vishal Khare, who are some of your favorite Indian bands? Medieval Pundits, Pentagram, Yorchin, Sky Rabbit, Prateek Kuhar, Nishay Parekh. Make up an impromptu song
Okay.
for RS. Who's RS? Yeah, make up an impromptu theme song for RS.
RS is Rolling Stone.
Rolling Stone. Oh my god, I'm not very good in impromptu stuff but
Try.
I'll sing a song later.
Okay.
for them. Vishal Khare, thanks for doing a song. Good, thank you Vishal for being there, because for the longest time I was thinking that nobody's there. I'm just thinking to a computer. How was it working with Raghu Dixit? Raghu Dixit was quite amazing. He's quite an intense person, and working with him was quite an experience. I've not written much stuff for other people, but working with him was quite amazing. It was. I got to know him better. I got to know his music better, and it was fun. The TV show you're following right now, the TV show that I'm following right now, I started seeing The Americans yesterday, which was okay. As in India they say so. So that's what happened. I'm not sure if I'm really following it. I love your voice and your looks. Shalini Dhawan, you're the best. Oh, this is happening here. So these all you guys are there?
Yeah, they're there.
I love Medieval Pundits. They're coming up with a new album, so I was privy to listening to some of the songs. It's quite amazing.
Okay.
Do you guys want to type in something so I know that you guys are there? Shalini Dhawan says keep singing, so you are there. Vishal Khare is there. Okay.
Do you want to do another song? Since
Huh?
that's what
I'll do it in a bit, Shalini. I just did a
Okay.
song, so I'll do another song soon.
Okay. What would you do with $1 million?
What would I do with $1 million? Put it in a bank first and then think about it. Then I'll think about it. Is it mostly family and friends who show up at gigs? I think I answered that, but yes, in the beginning it's only family and friends, and then your fans also become your family. So your family grows. At least that's what happened with me.
Do you have any nicknames from William?
From?
William.
Oh, from William. Okay, so nicknames. In school, I used to be called Rangla. In college, I used to be called Yam. Here, my friends call me Militant Tewari. So,
What's the story behind each of them?
between which ones?
Behind each of them.
So, Rangla was because once I had broken my foot playing football, so I was Langda, and then that became Rangla. And Yam was because in college, I used to steal cigarette butts and keep cigarettes with me, and if anybody wanted cigarettes late in the night, I used to sell them to them for 2 rupees or 3 rupees. I used to make a lot of money because in the night they won't get the cigarettes from anywhere. And Militant Tiwari because I'm quite disciplined since the time I've been in Bombay.
In what sense?
In terms of work, in terms of like I'm quite strict. I don't when I'm working I'm quite disciplined. As I said, like I try and wake up early, finish my work, and so I try and not party too much and let myself loose. I choose some nights where I let myself loose, but otherwise, more or less, I'm quite strict with my discipline.
So, in terms of your music, what's a typical day like for you? Like what's your bedroom when you're creating music?
So most of my work, which is regimented, is not music. Like whenever it comes to me, I pick out my guitar and I play it, and once I play it, I remember it. But mostly it's my writing. When I write my screenplays, I have to be very disciplined because it's a lonely job, and then you don't want to sit in front of a computer. As soon as you sit in front of a computer, you think of coffee, you think of calling some friends, you think of internet, you think of other things. So that way, I keep myself disciplined. I don't have a cable network at my place for the same reason. I try and avoid internet during my work hours. So that way.
So, how do you then divide your time between, let's say, movies and screenwriting and music and editing and stuff?
As I said, I'm good in my time management. So I try and finish everything by 11, which is my personal work, and then I just have fun. So indie is fun, my band is fun, everything is fun after that. So you're just playing in a playground after 11.
Okay, you're also playing at the Zippo Encore pre-show.
Sorry?
The Zippo Encore pre-show
Yeah.
on the 10th. So what's the deal with that? What do you guys want to play?
We are really excited about that playing there because there is a couple of new songs that we've just recently started playing, and we want to practice them in a good venue, and we've heard it's a huge gig, so we're really excited. It's always fun to sing in front of loads of people. And working with Rolling Stone has always been a lot of fun. I've always done like crazy gigs with Rolling Stone, so it's like we're really looking forward to playing there.
What are these new tracks that you're going to be like?
So there's this new song called Galat Famia, and then what is the other? There are two new tracks we were playing. There's Galat Famia and Teri Ultaja, I think. I'm not sure if we're playing that one, but.
So where have you been on them before? How did
Galat Famia, we've only played once at Euriska in Pune, and that was last month. And the other song we played at Blue Frog a few months back.
So you tested that and you're trying out.
Sorry?
So you tested that and you guys.
We always test in front of the audience. We really, like, say, as a band, we are fun. Like, we really enjoy each other's company so much that we don't rehearse ever. We usually end up meeting. We rehearse the structure of the song, but we don't go into intense rehearsals. And we hang out and we crack jokes and we drink and eat. And usually the stage is the place where we really like to experiment and see how things turn out. Some impromptu things turn out at the stage because there's pressure of performing. Sometimes, like Galat Famia, there was a verse that I had only half written. I wrote it while singing on stage because I knew that if I put myself into that situation.
You can do impromptu songs.
No, it's only when I have like a huge audience in front of me and I've committed myself to things, and then and also I have the luxury of having my band around me, so they save me more than once. Sid, who plays the drums, he saved me a bunch of times. Gaurav, Johan, Vivan has started playing with us.
So how did each of you guys meet each other?
We met through Sid. I was signed to a label, HM Records, and then they told me about Sid. You've got a lovely writing. So they told me about Sid, and then Sid had played with Johan quite a bunch, so Johan and Sid came as a good package deal. And then Posey was playing with us earlier, but then he got busy with his work, so we got Gaurav. So it's pretty much Sid's been the backbone of the band in terms of structuring it and doing parts.
What was the initial chemistry like, and how did you guys get to where you are now?
I mean, I met a lot of musicians and I only started playing with Sid and Johan and Gaurav and Posey and Vivan because we all have the same sense of humor, which is stupid. So I think if you can laugh with someone, then you can spend a lot of time with someone. So pretty much that was a parameter of testing. Also play amazing music, so that was the bonus.
So like what's changed in this time?
A lot. Our lineup has changed quite a bit. Like it was earlier, it was Sid, Johan, Posey, and I, and then Posey left, and then there are loads of questions coming.
Yeah.
Posey and I, and then now Vivan has joined, and Gaurav has been there. So there have been lineup changes. I've been trying to experiment with the way we play, and so now Sid plays the keys, he plays the drums, he plays the guitars, trumpet, kazoo. Johan plays the keys and bass. Vivan plays percussion and drums. So it's like what we're trying to do is to get some sort of movement on stage. So we are having fun.
In terms of style, how do you think you guys have changed?
See, playing live means we've played a lot. We've done a lot of live shows since the time we joined, and I've realized that when you play live, there are more upbeat songs than mellow songs that we've written, and that's primarily because usually you don't play you play in venues which are unconventional venues, and to get people's attention, upbeat songs catch their attention more than mellow songs. So I've done more band gigs and solo gigs. In the past, my mellow songs have sort of reduced. So that's how the sound has changed.
What have been like your favorite places to perform at?
Zenzi used to be a really cool place to perform. Higher Spirits in Pune is one of my favorite venues. Blue Frog is quite a lot of fun. So these are a few of my favorite venues. Tell me a bit about your upbringing. Like, how do you manage to write nice Hindi, Urdu, English? I don't write nice English, but Hindi, Urdu, yes, because I grew up in Roorkee, which is next to Dehradun, Rishikesh. So pretty much most of my upbringing was in the north, where we used to speak in Hindi mostly, and I only started chatting in English regularly when I moved to Delhi. So and we were surrounded by a lot of amazing artists. I grew up in an IIT campus where usually there used to be this thing called Spick Mackey. A lot of classical musicians used to keep on coming. We were exposed to a lot of poetry. There was no cable TV. There was no internet. So we were forced to. Our only option was good art. So maybe that's why. Vishal asks, who gets to listen to your songs first besides your band? My wife, definitely, and some friends. I keep on experimenting with people. Sometimes some auto drivers. It depends. I just tried experimenting a new song with you guys today. So
From your own set list, what has been your favorite track consistently today?
I love Chan Chahiye and Mohabbat Zindabad, the two tracks that I love playing from my set.
The stories are behind and why you like this.
The story behind Chan Chahiye is there's a friend of mine, Amit Saad, who's an actor now. He in Delhi used to live with me when he was struggling, so he didn't have a place to stay. So he used to stay with me, and he was trying to impress this girl. I think her name was Tracy, and she was not much interested in him, and he thought that she can win him by giving her gifts. And I was telling him constantly that he shouldn't buy her so many gifts, and eventually she did dump him, and I got a song out of that about giving girls gifts. And Mohabbat Zindabad was pretty much is about how love is going to save this world, and it came at a time when Iraq war was happening, and I was seeing how these guys are, the Americans are bombing Iraq. So that's how the song came somehow. I'm saying this in Google. I've been blacklisted by CIA now. Do you see a red dot on my forehead already? Kisne galti ki? What? Who is behind the name? I said that before. Is Rohit Bhatia named the band for us on the sets of Raat Gayi Baat Gayi. Ankur?
Yes. Why do you name that? Is there a story?
There was a story where I was named that, but on retrospect it's quite funny because Ankur means a sprout and I was born in Brussels, so I pretty much am the original Brussels sprout. So that's the story I've made up.
Actually, you're doing great.
Yeah. How many instruments do you play? I pretty much play the guitar, and so I also end up playing the ukulele because, like the guitar, I play the kazoo, which is pretty much singing into a pipe, and yeah, so I could play the bass, I could play the guitar and any stringed instrument. So it's not many instruments. I can play one instrument, I can pretend to play many. What is the craziest thing that you've ever done in your life? The craziest thing I've ever done in my life. I think to decide that I'm not going to take my exams in my college and I'm just going to write songs. I think that's the craziest thing I've done in my life.
Did you not sit for your exams?
Yeah, I didn't. The exams were happening in the college, and I was sitting in the hostel strumming my guitar. I don't know. I was a very angry person at that time, so I was just like,
What degree were you studying?
sorry,
What degree was it?
I was studying hotel management,
And where was it?
Bhopal.
Oh, this is the same.
That's when I was in Bhopal when I was singing in Jungle Book.
What is the most thoughtful gift you've ever received from Tarun?
Tarun has never given me a gift, so I have never received a gift from Tarun.
I think he's asking what is the most thoughtful gift you've ever received?
The most thoughtful gift I have received ever. Jaya Peter is shocked that I have a wife. I thought you were single. I'm not, Jaya. And thoughtful gift I've received. I remember this my father's student Anand Ganguly. When one of my birthday gifts, he gave me a subscription to Target magazine for 12 months, and that was amazing because every month you would receive a gift. And that I think was the most thoughtful gift that I've ever got. And recently I've got in touch with Anand Ganguly on Facebook again, yeah. But I've not spoken to him since we're just friends, but we don't talk. Arnesh Ghosh says one Hindi pop song that you secretly love and dance to, but are ashamed of. Why would I be ashamed of? I recently, I love Hawa Hawa by Hassan Jahangir, which I read, but I'm not ashamed of it. And recently I heard this song Bang Bang by Vishal Shekhar, which is quite amazing. It's from a movie, Bang Bang. And yeah, these are the two pop songs that would make me dance now.
Okay, segue. If you had to cover a song of another Indian artist, what would you cover? What would you do it now?
If I had to cover a song, I would probably sing an old Hindi song. I love songs by Hemant Kumar. I love some Kishore Kumar songs by, especially the ones picturized on Devanand. The songs that I would cover.
So would you do it now or would you do
I could do it now. Yeah. So pretty much in Jungle Book, I used to sing cover songs, and since then I stopped singing.
हम राही प्यार के हमसे कुछ ना भूलिए हम राही प्यार के हमसे कुछ न बोलिए जो भी प्यार से मिला हम उसी के लिए हम उसी के लिए जो भी प्यार से मिला हम उसी के लिए
I used to sing the song in college because it has only 2 chords. One is this G, and then it goes to D, and it comes back to G.
हम राही प्यार के हमसे कुछ न बोलिए जो भी प्यार से मिला हम उसी के लिए हम उसी के लिए जो भी प्यार से मिला हम उसी के लिए धूप थी नसीब में तो धूप में लिया है दम धूप थी नसीब में धूप में लिया है दम चांदनी मिली तो हम चांदनी में सो लिए जो भी प्यार से मिला हम उसी के लिए हम उसी के लिए जो भी प्यार से मिला हम उसी के लिए
Cover is also ticked. There's a few questions that have come up. So obviously you guys are not listening and you were typing questions. Okay. What is the best thing about being married is companionship and you get a best friend for life. Manisha Manchanda, hi Ankur. So what are the places you would go for adventure in India? Hampi is one place which I really love going. You can do some rock climbing there, so that's amazing. And it's so amazing. Like I went there last year for the first time and spent my New Year's there. It's like you're surrounded by rocks and massive rocks. You won't believe it. One film you think was overrated? I think Kabhi Khushi Kabhi Gham and all those Karan Johar films. Some of them are quite overrated. Which actor would you love to play back for? I'm not a very good playback singer, so I don't know. But if there was any, then Devanand would be one for sure. Manisha Manchanda, could you name your top 5 rock songs? No. That's my favorite is definitely Bohemian Rhapsody. I don't like seeing songs as rock songs, pop songs, or
No, just what are your favorite songs?
so among the favorite songs, Bohemian Rhapsody is definitely one of them. Billie Jean is one of them. Then Mamma Mia by ABBA is one of them. And Let It Be is one of them. So this is my mom's favorite song. I wish I was there in Kanpur to make her watch this. Thanks for doing the song. Vishal, thank you so much. I'll sing it for your mom someday as well. Which is the funniest video you have seen? Radhika. which is a funny one. What is the weirdest text message you've ever received? Weirdest text message I've ever received is K. And
That's not strange. That's
it's very
pretty
strange
standard.
because that's why I find it really strange, because is there only 2 alphabets and you don't do 2 alphabets, you only do 1. So that's quite weird. Which is a recent funniest video you have seen? Actually, I don't see many videos online. So I saw one, yeah, in which that kid is asked to do ABCD, and I don't know if you've seen that one. It's an animation one, and he says, yeah, the teacher asks him to B for boy, करके बोलो, and he says A for apple, B से बड़ा apple, C से छोटा apple, D से दूजे का apple, something like that. He does it till Z. Vishal Khare, you said you started playing the guitar because the teacher had written you off. She has seen you performing. I have no idea. I've actually completely removed that teacher from my memory. Arnesh Ghosh, did you ever have a stalker? Do you wish you had one? I don't think so. I've had a stalker, and I don't wish I have one. Pickup line, hit us with some used on you. Not many people have tried to pick me up, so pickup line. And I'm so stupid that way, like I don't even get sarcasm at times. So pickup lines, I genuinely thought they wanted to buy me a drink. So I'm not sure if I even figured if it was a pickup line. What posters do you have up in your room? In my room, I don't have any posters. It's quite, the walls that are painted. Who's your bromance buddy? Cyrus Sahukar is one of my closest friends. Then Gaurav Kapoor is one of my closest friends. These are the guys we talk shit with. Vikram Sathe. These are the guys. These are the questions. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Have you sung any protest song for a social cause? Yes, Mohabbat Zindabad is a protest song. Then Yaqeen is a protest song. So yeah, we have sung protest songs for social causes and otherwise. Ashwin Sharma, hey Ankur, can you tell us if you're collaborating with anyone in your future, like how you have collaborated with Raghu Dixit before? Actually, I've collaborated with Gaurav Raina on his new album. So he's Grey to Silver. He's launching it tomorrow actually at Blue Frog. If you're around, you should come. I'm even playing that song with him. It's called Distant Rumble. And I'm doing a project with Gaurav Raina and Karsh Kale. So these are the few collaborations that I'm looking forward to. I've sung a song with Zoe Vikaji that I've recorded. Then these are the few collaborations that I've done in recent times. Oh, then I did one song with Farhan Saeed from Jal. So I've done quite a bunch of collaborations. Yeah, these are the collaborations.
What do you think people get wrong about you respect your music most often?
Sorry?
What do you think people most often get wrong about you respect your music?
I think what they get wrong is that my music is amazing, because I feel that my words are better than my music, and very few people have.
You listen to it.
Sorry, very few people listen to the lyrics. They do, but fewer. What do you think about the TOI Deepika Rowe? Stupid as hell. I'm in the process of finding my newspaper guy and cancelling my subscription of Times of India. That's what I think.
Once again, I want you to respond to that tweet we saw earlier. Why were you in Finding Fanny? Was the question.
I was in Finding Fanny because I was helping Homie with the script, and then he had a fat guy for that role, and I told him that it would be funnier if it's a thinner guy because fat is cliche, and he should be a thin guy who's trying to go to the gym instead of a fat guy who's going to the gym to reduce weight. So he really liked the idea, and he was staring at me, and I realized that he wanted to cast me. So that's what happened that way. Vishal Khare says, you wrote Sabse Piche Hum Khade when you were 23. Do you think you write better songs as you grow older? I think you should not grow older, you should grow younger, like Gulzar Saab. And I don't think so. I think you write songs with what you feel. So if you're open to experiences, then you will write better songs. Can you sing one of my favorite songs? So I'll have to completely guess what's your favorite song, Manisha. But if I know the chords and I know how to sing it, I'll definitely sing it. So I think you'll have to type it. For me, Radhika Raje, in your life, if your life was turned into a movie, which actor would play you? Brad Pitt, of course, would play me. There's no doubt about that. A
Who
serious
would the other
answer.
characters be?
Sorry,
Who would the other characters be?
around me.
Yes, and who would play them?
So we'll be a very good-looking band. So we'll definitely be Brad Pitt would be there, John Beckham would be there. So all these good-looking guys would be there.
Okay, what has been your proudest moment so far?
I think like after I started making music.
There are two parts. One as a person and one as a musician.
Sorry.
That's two parts. First as a musician and first as a person, second as a musician.
As a person, I think they're pretty much the same thing. For me, I'm a musician and a person. I don't know how to segregate them. So for me, after I started making music, I'd not really told my parents that I'm doing that. And I won an award for a film that I had produced, and Shyam Benegal gave me that award in Delhi. It was for a film called Wolf Professor. And my parents were there in the audience when they saw me get that prize, and Shyam Benegal said it's special that he's giving me that award because his first movie is also called Ankur. So it was a proud moment for me because I could, in a way, tell my parents that I've chosen a path which, however crazy it might seem, but it's not bad. It's going to be a ride. Why do indie artists moan so much about not getting enough attention? Do they? I think they shouldn't be moaning. They're getting more than enough attention. Which song will you sing to your loved one? Depends on where and when and what. When and where is your next concert? I think the next concert with the band is in Pune on the 10th. That's the Rolling Stone gig, actually, right? Yeah. What's it? It's some Zippo Rolling Stone. Zippo Encore pre-show in Pune is what we're playing with the band, and I think we're doing some charity gig for Vogue on the 3rd with Sid and I are doing an acoustic set. I don't know where it is. Have you ever blanked out on stage and forgotten lyrics? How do you handle? Every gig I blank out and forget lyrics and I make up lyrics on stage. So Vishal, you have caught me more than a few times. I know that you're trying to tell me.
What do you do to either stage when you kind of jump into it?
I only have stage fright till the time I enter stage, because before I enter stage, I usually feel like throwing up. But once I'm there and I think 1 or 2 drinks down, and
what is your pre-show ritual?
Like gulp down some whiskey and then you're there.
What if you play in say college and you have any?
I'll have my hip flask, and if I didn't have any, then I'll somehow manage. I'm sure that the crowd will give me enough energy. Have you ever blanked out on Anish says, why do Indian indie artists moan so much? I really have no idea. They shouldn't be. The two bands make money by just making music they love, not working in Bollywood. That is, I think, I'm not sure about that. I think you should have to be very clear whether you want to make money or you want to make music or you want to make both. Tanvi Shah says, what's the most embarrassing moment of your life? I've had a bunch of embarrassing moments. I completely forget faces and names. I've asked Soni Razan, how do you know Mahesh Bhatt? It was one of an embarrassing moment that I've had, and I've had many. So that's just one that comes to my mind. Arnesh asks, why do indie artists paint Bollywood as a big villain? So many of them are already doing Bollywood music. Is it just the bands who are not good enough to become famous that behave like tortured safekeepers of true art? I think there's some true art happening in Bollywood as well. And I think to become a hero, you need a villain. So probably they're looking for a villain. So there's nobody else but Bollywood to fight. And it'll be fun if they win against Goliath. So maybe that's the reason. But most of Bollywood is quite horrendous, but some of it is amazing. Yeah, so these are the questions that are happening right now.
What is your relationship with your audience?
Intimate, nice. Where I can't play music if there's like, I really love to connect with the audience, and because my training has been in living rooms where I've sat with people at the same height. I don't like places where the distance between the audience and the a band is a lot, where the stage is too high. I usually like mehfil settings more than stage settings. So I try and make my stage settings also feel like a mehfil setting. Keep singing, Ankur. I love you. Shalini, तुम तो बहुत सी लड़की हो. Who are the new bands that MTV Indies will feature soon? Okay, so for that I think you should write to Bobbin, ex Rolling Stone. He will tell you there are loads. Bobbin with a fuck you, Bobbin. Bobbin will answer that question. There are loads of new musicians that have been featured on MTV Indies. Vishal Khare asks, is directing films more challenging than being a musician? Yes, directing films is definitely more challenging because directing films is not just directing films because you're also working with a huge crew that you're managing. So yes, it is a bit difficult. It's not as easy. I mean, being a musician is just having fun, and directing films is having a lot of fun and having some tense moments as well. Because every decision that you take could cost you a few lakhs, and you will take a decision within a few seconds.
Okay, what is your songwriting process generally like?
It comes with a theme that I have in my mind that I want to write about, and then I maintain a dictionary for that song. So for each song has a different dictionary. So as words start going into that dictionary with that thought, they're pretty much like keywords to my song, and then a melody somewhere knocks on the door, and then the melody starts talking to those words, and words start talking to those with that melody, and somehow sentence forms, and yeah, I think somewhat like that. So usually starts with the theme that I want to write about, and then some words and music starts to. What would you do if you were one of the contestants on Big Boss? Exit is what I would do. Tanvisha, what do you think is the biggest problem in the world today? What do you think people should do about it? I think a lot of people are thinking that's the problem. There is too much of brain and very little heart. People are feeling less and applying too much logic, and that's creating problems. At least that's what creates problems with me. How do you deal with haters? Uh, I don't deal with them. They deal with themselves. They are the ones who need healing, so they have to deal with themselves. Amir Rizvi, what is your message to the youths of this country? Just be honest and try and do one good thing a day. Probably that's what there's so much we can do, and we don't do much. Probably just by making sure that wherever we are, if we are leading by example and creating a good example for the younger people, it'll be good.
What was the best advice you ever received?
Best advice I've ever received. Best advice I've received for shooting, I received a really good advice by Shekhar Kapoor, who quoted, "To go from good to bad, the ugly." He says, "When you shoot, don't talk." Otherwise, in life, I think you should. The best advice I've received is from a father who says that you should do things what you feel like doing and not question much. Just follow your gut. Arnesh asks, "Can you cook?" I can cook, but really badly. I tried making some eggs in the morning, and my wife's reaction was yuck. So that, why did you put this hot sauce in the eggs? Was the reaction. So I can cook tea, if that makes sense.
Okay, what is your greatest strength?
I think my greatest strength is I don't give up at all. Like I'm quite an optimistic fool. So I think being foolish is my big strength. I don't apply too much logic. If I want something, I'll go for it, even if it doesn't logically make sense.
Favorite song that connects to that?
Yeah, like Ajao is a song that I wrote about that, which is about love and looking for love, which is not is love beyond questions, love beyond logic is the thing. So
So probably going to take a couple more questions.
Yeah.
And then maybe sing a song.
I can sing Ajao and then you can. Can you cook was the last question. Are you guys still there? I think everyone's exited after my cooking story.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
आजा पूछे बिन पूछे कोई सवाल रसता है आवारा गैर कानूनी से खया आजा ये जहां पुकारे है आजा अब हम तुम्हारे हैं ओ सवालों के बाजारों में देखो तो मिलेगा ना तुमको कोई जवाब खोजोगे जितना भी भूल भी जाओगे फिर तुम सवाल आ जाओ ये जहां पुकारते हैं आ जाओ अब हम तुम्हारे हैं ओ आ जाओ हम तुम्हारे हैं 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 आ भी जाओ ना
Okay, bye-bye. Thank you so much for coming and meeting me online. It's a pity I couldn't see your faces, but probably I'll catch you at one of our gigs. Thank you so much.